Good morning. Hi, so today I'm going to do some kind of mixed media thing of a fuchsia this year from the garden. I took that for the I took it for the talk I gave last night, thinking that if I got stuck that I could just do some painting or something. I took a bunch of flowers in this board, but as you can see I didn't do any painting, I just did the talking. It felt a little bit alien, just talking. But I think it passed off okay, it's all information really. There was a talk on engage the flow, and so with any luck some flow will be engaged this morning now as I paint these. I love fuchsia flowers. You can see them dangling off the edge there. They're a really great shape to paint, so that's my plan. I'm going to start with a bit of spray, I reckon. See this, it's kind of a pinkish acrylic spray, and it's actually it's quite satisfying to do that. It's not working properly, so it's only now and again that the spray comes out. Great equipment here. Something kind of good in the restriction though. Something about limitation makes you kind of rise to the challenge of things. And I like that it's pinkish, so it's kind of a pinkish red. Yeah, I'll just come up there now so that I can see what I'm up to. Right, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's really very pleasing, isn't it? Got to put some water here. The spray isn't really working, so I'm just going to take it out and draw with the stick from inside it. These are a favourite flower of mine. Not a favourite flower of mine because they're can you hear my tummy rumbling there? Because they're all over the hedgerows in Ireland, so ever since I was really wee, I've had these flowers in my surroundings and I just love them. These ones are a little bit more ornate. These are ones that my mum planted, thanks again Mum, in the garden, and so they're a little bit more ornate. They're kind of bigger than the ones that I'd be used to. I remember trying to fill a cup of the nectar that came out of them when I was about 8. That was a very long day. But the thing is, they're combined normally with the Montbretia, which I've got here as well, the orange flowers. So the two together are bringing me back. I don't know, I think I will use this, yeah. So there's just a bit of red chalk on the end of a stick. Again, it's kind of the idea of having some limitation, I think. That appeals to me. I know it to be helpful to have some form of limitation, so that, I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's a really clever quote somewhere about limitation being a good thing. But I read a chapter in a book yesterday that I found in a cafe and the chapter was called Stay Hungry. And there was a quote from Charlie Chaplin in there saying something like, the most tragic thing he knows is the most tragic situation or something that he would see is see Midnight trying to get the St. Bridget's water out of the bowl there. Charlie Chaplin said something like, the most tragic thing he can imagine, I'll find this quote now and I'll put it in the links below so that it's clear, but is to be used to luxury, to become familiar with luxury. So I would see that as complacency, that we want to have limitation, we want to be hungry in order that we can continue to find ways of extracting ourselves from that, I suppose, or something. I don't know. I kind of know the feeling I want to get, but I can't get the words for it, so it's the story of my life, really. Right, so that's a bit of collage there now, and this is the acrylic ink. And there's some nice bits of nasturtium leaves coming down there as well. I think I'll bring some of this colour into the fuchsia itself too. No, to be honest, I'm just playing with the reds and oranges, really. Pretty pleasing colours to be messing around with. And then, yeah. There's gesso on this board, so it is allowing me to kind of draw back in a little bit. Okay. This looks like the wild goose vase. I want there to be something to react against, you know. This is painted paper collage. I was thinking of making some Irish brown bread after this. It's one of my favourite things to have, Irish brown bread and marmalade. It's going to be my breakfast this morning. More like brunch. For Lily and myself, she's just back from school because she wasn't feeling good. But she seems to be feeling okay now. She's kind of doing a bit of dance therapy, I think. Which is not a bad thing. Are you seeing that? Yeah. As I looked up there, I thought we could maybe do it representing the yellow of the table, maybe. Some sort of ground. These. And it's actually a lovely bright yellow. Let's see if I can find another one. And a box of oil pastels here. Some of them are nice and bright. Particularly the neon pastels seem to cover well. Don't know if this is one, but it's a bit of colour anyway. I was yoga this morning for this solar plexus area. A bit of power needed. So I've got my power cards there. And some the yellow is the solar plexus, isn't it? That's why I've got this lovely yellow scarf. Never wore this scarf, but I got it in TK Maxx a few years ago because I just love the colour of it. I tell a lie, I actually have worn it around my belly going into the woods. You can imagine what the neighbours think of me. No. Oh, you're still there. What about a bit of this dark green? This is acrylic. Had a bit of a disaster last night when I went to the art centre in Pennycook. Everything spilled. Well, not everything. The black Indian ink, which is one of the worst things to spill, spilled onto the floor. Beautiful wooden floor in the art centre. My God! But thankfully, it seems to be. We found it, before it went too crazy. Managed to catch it and wiped it off. But if you're in there, Pennycook Arts Association, you'll see a little sign of black ink by the desk as you go in the door in room 1. That was me. I'm just going to use my non-dominant hand. Means that you'll be able to see what I'm doing a bit more easily as well. Seem to be letting go of the need to please myself with these latest things because they're so messy, really, so much of a mess. But something tells me it's a good thing to get the mess out. Just play around. And then from this mess or from this chaos, we can find some order. That's what I'm aiming to do here now. We're finding the background coming up to meet the orange of the jug. I don't know why, but search for the hero inside yourself is coming into my head. Search for... Right, not going to bore you with that. Let's see about trying this lovely fuchsia. Get some of this dreaded Indian ink actually. I could probably just dip into the bag because it's still covered in ink. And pick out some drawn marks with this. It's the stick dipped into the ink. Probably needs a bit more water because it's not very fluid. It's not really flowing very easily. A bit like my talk last night. No, I shouldn't say that actually. To be honest, it was a very good illustration of kind of dipping in and out of flow, I reckon. A flow state. Kind of not really feeling it this morning, am I? Oh, they're almost gone. I'm going to keep at this. There are brighter colours going to come in, and I'd say it'll work out eventually. Nice to see you. Bye. So there's that.